on the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. He leaves it with his back. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. For just a second, let's take a big picture view of SMU. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
Wants to throw. It's Jennings. Gonna take a shot. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He might want another play. And back to the air on 2nd down. Under fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast. He's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying play action. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let him get involved. You know how you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football game. That's a heck of a start for this defense.
He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Back to throw, it's Morton. That's caught, it's Hudson. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
Punt is in the air. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive.
like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Give to the running back. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Now the play fake. Here comes the heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Mustangs will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Dropping back, it's Morton. The short hands, it's Williams. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
Leads it with the back. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll go to the ground. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17. And the Red Raiders come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for space. It's Joyner. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. The give on the inside. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
The Red Raiders will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5
defense was in there quick, fast, and in a hurry and shut that run game down. They were ready for that. Second down now. A little more space for the offense, backed up, a little more room to operate and try to maybe find some windows to throw a football.
They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They've moved it right to the precipice of a score, and they need one more yard. A designed run for the quarterback. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Red Raiders!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's not going to take the touchback. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Back to pass, it's Jennings. Quick strike complete. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Mustangs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Grab near the marker, it's Johnson. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Listen, at this point, the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. First downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that 3rd. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot, he's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target like that.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because of the body blow effect.
Firing to the right, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the Zimnis Jr. put on that ball to pick up the first down? The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Mustangs!
Man, it's frustrating as a defense because you got to stop the run. There's a good chance they're running the football here in this situation. Trying to punch it in the end zone. You're trying to go to the half with a little bit of momentum. This defense just couldn't make the play to get off the field.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. point was good as they finished the drive. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Georgia Tech will need to mount a comeback, but those fans that were there when Calvin Johnson was a two-time All-American know this game is not over. They're trailing by just 4 to Pittsburgh. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Back to throw, it's Morton. That's caught, it's Virgil. It's a running room. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going.
Yeah, great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
Looking downfield on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Got a man. It's Williams. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. And the Red Raiders want to move quickly. Motion from the wideout. To the air on first down. Oh, they're after him. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll move the wide receiver. After the incompletion, they go back up top. That's caught. It's Virgil. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Now facing a 3rd and long. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Just barely enough to tuck it into that right corner. And with that, they've taken the lead. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Pulls it, fired complete. There he goes. He's loose. The 30, the 20, inside the... And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
When you have so many playmakers on offense like they do, they can score quickly. You just saw it right there.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. throw. It's Jennings. Throws to the wideout. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hudson. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Last season, Kevin Jennings took over as the SMU quarterback, and they went 11-1 before stumbling in the ACC championship game and in the college football playoff. What does he need to focus on in terms of improvement?
Just avoiding the turnovers, Reese. If Kevin Jennings does that, then this offense is virtually unstoppable. Because of his ability to extend plays and create, his accuracy thrown vertically down the field, SMU has everything they need. Rhett Lashley is going to have a lot of fun calling plays. If this guy takes that next step, watch out. This is a team vying for the college football playoff.
The Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
Really good decision-making by the quarterback. Don't get greedy. Yes, I can make reads, and I can pull it, and I can throw it all over the yard. If I can take 10-plus yards and continue to do that and continue to be smart with my decision-making, this offense is going to be very difficult to stop.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
To the air, it's Jennings. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
Well, I did not have this on my bingo card, guys, but being one of the most talented quarterbacks in college football, to be under 50% completions in this game, nobody saw that coming. He has not been able to find his rhythm, and he looks frustrated.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Rushes on him. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Good disciplined defense on that play. It's 3rd and long, right? You're not going to bite on a play fake. Nobody's going for that. Everyone knows it's a passing situation. They use their speed to get to the QB.
And the offense is really backed up as this ball is down at the 5.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10.
Turning on the Jets. Oh, he's got some space. And that was a huge run that almost went to the house. The defense kept him from scoring.
That is exactly what you want from your offense. Create some space, get out of the shadow of your own end zone, Palmer, and make it easier on this offense.
Yeah, it's nice when you have a running back like that, too, that can create that space for you. Now, if you're the play caller, your entire playbook is wide open.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. The give to the back. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
Started this drive with a bang, but now it is 3rd down. looking for a man. It's Morton. Finds the tight end. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
And we haven't called his name a lot, and I think this offense, they need to find a way to continue to manufacture touches for the big tight end. And I don't care how you do it. I don't care where you line him up. He's that good, and if I'm this offense, I'm going to find him more often.
I'm not sure this was ever a real decision. They'll go for it on 4th and inches. Trying to do it on the ground. The Red Raiders get enough to move the chains.
And coaches have their scripts and their play sheets, and they have 4th and short. You know, when you get in these situations, they have plays that they're confident in. Called one here. Great job executing right near midfield.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. Got rid of it just in time. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. Fires to the big fella. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Didn't get enough to move the sticks, but enough to leave them with the decision.
And the defense did a great job understanding the sticks, rallying to the football, getting them on the ground. And you're right, Reese, 4th and short, that means decision time, or for us, green light. Go for it.
Give to the big fullback. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
I think that might be the very definition of just trying to rub salt in the wound, right? You got the lead, multiple possessions, you're looking really, really good, late in the ball game, and you go for it again. So you're just trying to, listen, it's their job to stop you. I like the offense doing what they do. Forget you, defense. Get a stop. That's your job. And you did it.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. Got room on the return.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. Sends it back in motion. The give to the fullback. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Sometimes you try to fool the defense with the fullback. Not fooled there.
Well, you better block. Goodness gracious, that's supposed to be a quick hitter, get me a few short yards, and there was nowhere to hit it. They just got hit in the backfield and brought the big fella down quickly.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. They rode their running back, but he could not make it.
horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation, and they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively. Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Back to pass, it's Jennings. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Renson. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
It's pretty amazing at this point of the game. They're still in a position to win. Not everything has gone right for them up to this point, but with a couple minutes left on the clock, if they can get a touchdown here, get a stop, and then get another score, they win, but they've got to start being aggressive and taking shots.
And a flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. Now on second down. Wants to go up top. With the catch, it's Hudson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Listen, the defense gave up a couple of yards, but they're happy to give that up because they know the clock is still ticking. They're trying to bleed this thing. If you want to throw it over the middle of the field inbounds, they'll give that to you all day.
Here's the pressure. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Lost one deep down the right side. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
It was a massive missed opportunity failing on that fourth down, so they're trailing. There's a little bit less than 3 minutes to go here. Their defense has got to be able to get the ball back here quickly for them to have any shot.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Red Raiders trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He's looking deep. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
I'll tell you, when this guy's in a rhythm, he never misses. And you've seen that in this game. Very, very accurate up to this point. That time, though, a little bit out of rhythm, and I think that's why he missed that play.
They stop him short, and we'll have a big fourth down coming. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. And it's no good. He missed it. Lead is still... digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, there have been way too many incompletions for this offense in this game. It's a big reason why they're trailing, obviously. They've never been able to get into a rhythm, and at this juncture here on a 2-minute situation in your own end, you got to find ways to start throwing completions somewhere out on the field to get back in this game.
Back to throw, it's Jennings. He's going up top here late in the game. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. the play fake. Makes the catch. It's Renson. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side. They've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
That's a big stop for the defense. That running back has had so much success. You're down in the football game. You need to get the ball back to your offense. You create a play like this. This will get the fires going, get the juices going. Now we got to go get a few more.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. No time to feel sorry for yourself here, Jesse. There's still a chance, but you've got to get it going now.
No doubt. Two-possession game at this point, right, David? Not a lot of time left, so execution has to be at a premium here.
Yeah, and I probably want to go fast. I want to throw the football. I don't know how many possessions I got left. I got to make them all count.
To the air. It's Jennings. Unloads it left. Got his man downfield. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Well, they're not able to hook up on that throw, but they need to score now. At this juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is just off the charts.
Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that second down incompletion. Throws to the tight end. And that is interception number 3 on the day. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
And that's a microcosm of the kind of day it's been for this offense. Points have been hard to come by. Only 7 points, and finally here late in the game, you get an opportunity down close, and you throw an interception. They're going to have to go back, watch the film, and improve before taking the field next week.
Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw 2 really good teams